I'm William Johnson, chaplain here at Christian Hospital. I've served in many capacities in faith communities as a pastor, as a teacher, as an instructor, as a professor, and certainly now as a palliative care chaplain here at Christian Hospital. Welcome to Morning Meditations. It is a joy to be able to share with you during these moments of meditation, to give us something to think about, something to meditate on that hopefully will inspire and encourage us along the way. The sole purpose is to remind you that you are appreciated, you are loved, and you're irreplaceable. In today's morning meditation, we have wanted to share these words for a while. I must confess I'm a little heavy in heart because I've recently lost a younger cousin / nephew to an accident, a drowning accident, and so that our hearts are heavy. But we wanted to share with you today something that we thought was pressing upon our heart. And to begin a series of discussions taken from or thematically from one of my favorite authors, as many of you have heard me mention his name, Mark Nepo. And he wrote a book entitled, one of many books, should I say, called The One Life We're Given. And so that would be the theme that we will be moving from. For me, it is important because my nephew / cousin was young, and so that he found a way to live into his life fully. And I am reminded in moments like these, when we lose someone, how precious life is and how much many of us, most of us, struggle to live fully into the lives in which we live. I once had a conversation with someone and they asked, what would it look like to be fully in love, head over heels in love? And we laughed and we joked, and the follow-up question is, what would you look like in that relationship? I've been thinking about that for some time after having that discussion, and I reframed the question. What would it look like for me or for you to be radically happy in the life that we're living? What would it look like to be radically happy, living fully into the entirety of our lives? And what would we look like doing it? Wow, I couldn't help but laugh at myself, wondering what that would look like. I have no idea. And so I wanted to share with you that I think I found some secrets here. The one life we're given is indeed true. Mark Nepo offers these words, and I really think they're important. For everyone has to uncover the lessons of their own journey. Yeah, the word honor means to keep what is true in view. And so we live and honor the one life we're given by keeping what we learn in view about ourselves, about others, about life, and I'll add, about God. It is so important to be able to know that the life that we're given is only one life, and it is ours to live. I cannot tell you how many times I've had a conversation with myself as of late. I am in my 50s, midlife for some, and discovering that the better days that I've had probably are behind me to do some things, but the greater days are just yet ahead. And it is incumbent upon me to live out the moment and the thread of my days. Like in the scriptures, Lord, teach us to number our days, to pay attention to them, and to give our everything to them. And so this one life we're given, over the next several weeks, I want to talk about living a focused, faithful, fruitful, and free life. A focused, faithful, fruitful, and free life. For me, that became the theme of my life. To be able to say to myself and to others that I am called upon to live a focused life, that the older I get and the more mature I become, the more I realize that a whole lot of things that I've been doing or in my life have not been focused on what it is that is most important to me. Or I've been living someone else's dreams or someone else's ideals or what someone else wanted to impose on me or what others thought about me, or living my life trying to figure out how to navigate roles of success that we've been talking about over the last several weeks. What I've learned is having a focused life has pushed me to the place where the things that I do have meaning and purpose and are to reach a certain goal. A faithful life, a life is not just full of faith, but a life that means that I am disciplining myself to continue to do the things even that I don't want to do in order to move ahead and down the road for the things that mean the most to me. A fruitful life, those things that are important to me that I want to see return on my investment. And a free life. Well, the free life, we want to talk about that. All four of these things, I think, are pillars for us to build our lives on. And so for the next several weeks, I want to talk about those things. I don't know how long I may come in and out, but I want to stay focused on those things because the one life we're given is a gift. And when we recognize that the life we're given is a gift, then we are able to notice that the lives other people are living are just as much as gift. In fact, we discover a lot about ourselves, a lot about others, a lot about life, and yes, a whole lot about God. That God has gifted us with this life and reminding ourselves and reminding others that we should take special care of it. Well, maybe perhaps this week you are trying to vacillate about how to get ready to move into the next phase of your life, what to do in this moment. Maybe you're in a stuck place. Maybe you're in a place where you're playing the waiting game, like Dr. Seuss often reminds us. Or maybe perhaps your faith traditions, your relationship with God, or to what you believe has been faltering. Maybe your walk has not been as close to those things that you promised yourself that you would do. Maybe you, like me, are trying to lose a little weight and trying to get in better shape. And maybe perhaps this world crises that we are in a pandemic or the struggles around us are overwhelming us with so many things. But the one thing that you have is the life that you're given. And so the question is, what will you do with it? Will you enjoy it? Will you begrudge it? Will you complain about it? Will you find yourself trying to figure out how to grope in the dark with it? Or will you embrace the life that you have in a focused way, in a faithful way, in a fruitful way, and in a free way? Yeah, I hope that we can do that. So I know I didn't give much today, but I want to encourage you as we go along. Live a focused, faithful, fruitful, and free life. And every morning you get up, start your prayers asking God to give you a focused, faithful, fruitful, and free life. What you discover is that those who are of a Christian faith have learned something, as all other faiths have learned, that life is gift. And the one who gives us such a gift expects us to cherish it the way we ought. Whether we are Islamic, whether we are Jewish, whether we don't carry a specific identification, whether Hindu, whether we might find ourselves without necessarily aligning ourselves with any faith tradition. Maybe we are spiritual in nature, or maybe we're just trying to navigate and we believe in the meaning of what life has brought our way. As a Christian, I identify with all those ways in which people might find themselves in a difficult place. However, I do want to remind you that I firmly believe that in the midst of our journeying, we still have the life we had, and that is gift. Not earned, not bought, not bartered for, but given. And no one promised that the life we live would be one that is filled with money and yachts and and all the successes that this world affords, nor did anyone say that it would not be found in the dark, deep places of struggle and strife. What we do know is that we're called to be able to live with what we've received and to live a life that represents the gift that it is. So I encourage you this week, cherish it as gift. Look around and celebrate others who are journeying with you at this time, at this season. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I have a picture over my shoulder. It is a framed picture that was gifted to me over 25 years ago of Dr. King giving his speech at the Mason Temple in Memphis, Tennessee, the last speech he would ever give. And it is called the Mountaintop Speech. And in it, he does this wonderful, masterful thing by sharing that he may have had a conversation with God in his imagination, and God wanted to know which era he would want to live in. And he goes through and chronicles all the eras of history that are known. History in the Pantheon, history in the great Roman Empire, history in ancient Egypt, history throughout our world. And what he concluded was that he would rather not be in any other place than the time he was in, because that's the time God gave him. Well, I feel the same way. The one life we're given is placing us in this place, in this time, in which we ought to be living fully into our lives. So I invite you to live fully into yours. Laugh as much as you would like to. Love as deeply as you need to. Embrace one another, and more importantly, embrace your own life. And in all of that, embrace the God that gave it to you. You'll discover something marvelous even in that. Because I'm discovering on my journey that the more I embrace the one life I'm given, the more I discover God in everything I see. Have a great day. Have a great week. We're praying for you. Pray for us. Remember, you're important, not only just to yourself and to your family, but to the world. Be focused, be faithful, be fruitful, be free. Have a great day.